going to share with you today the 5 things you should never mention during an interview. My name is Linda and I'm the author of the Amazon best-selling book called Beauty Therapist to Entrepreneur, and it's an essential guide if you want to fast-track your success within the beauty industry. Now, the first thing never to mention at an interview is that you want to learn. And of course, learning is fantastic, and it's probably the reason why you're applying for the job, so you can progress your career. However, don't mention it during the interview. You will focus the attention on all the gaps that you have within your skill set. What you rather want to do is you want to focus on everything that you know already, everything that you can bring to the business right now, and not everything that you don't know. And the second thing not to mention is that you want to start your own business. I've seen so many therapists lose out on fantastic job opportunities because they get the question, and the question is, where do you see yourself in a few years' time? And they say, oh, I want to start my own business. Now, for a future employer, that is not a great answer, because they are going to invest time and money and resources on you, and they don't want to feel that you are just using them as a stepping stone to start your own venture, to start your own business. So decide rather now, before you apply for the job, what really is the intention here. Do I want to start my own business now and then go for it? Or, you know what, I'm going to give 100% in this company where I think I'm going to make a difference. So be honest, but don't lead people up the garden path. And you don't want to say you are going to start your own business. I promise you, it is not going to land very well. The third thing that you don't want to do is put down a current boss or a past manager or boss. Now, a question or popular question is, why do you want to leave the company, or why did you leave your previous employer? Don't make it personal. Just rather think of what really was the reason. It's very tempting to say, oh gosh, you know what, Mike, it was an absolute nightmare to work for this person. They were so disorganized and you just couldn't work with them. Don't make it personal. Focus on the real reason. Why did you leave? Was it because they changed the commission structure, or they promised something different to what it panned out to be? Is it because the pay wasn't on time? Just focus on those facts and don't make it about a person, and don't make it personal. Another thing that you don't want to mention during the interview is to ask questions about the sick pay or the holiday days. I've seen so many therapists, you know, that question at the end of an interview when they say to you, oh, do you have any questions for us? And they say, oh yes, I have. Could you tell me more about the how many holidays am I getting a year? Could you tell me how the sick pay works, or the paternity pay, or the compassionate leave? I've had feedback from clients where they say to me afterwards, it's been a fantastic candidate. However, we're not going to offer them the job because we get the feeling that they are more focused on the times that they are not going to be at work. So those questions, of course, are super important. You know, how many holidays a year, you know, all those things are important. However, you are not going to bring them up at the first interview. Only once somebody has offered you the role, and before you go ahead to accept the role, of course you want all your questions answered, but do not ask those questions during your first interview. Do not mention them. And finally, don't mention the S word if it doesn't come up. Now, of course, the S word is salary. Right. Salary is super important, but if it is not mentioned during the first interview, please do not bring it up. Sometimes you get the question, what are your salary expectations? Now, if you know the salary and it's doable for you, then you can say to them, the salary is exactly what I have in mind. If you are unsure what the salary is, but you know there is a salary bracket and you feel you are looking more towards the upper end of the bracket, then you're going to say that, but you've got to motivate why you think you are more entitled to the upper part of the bracket. You've got to motivate what you could potentially bring to the business. And if you know the salary and you feel it's a little bit low, but you still want the job, you can maybe answer it in a way where you can say to them, I was actually hoping for a little bit more money. However, I can see the opportunity. I'd love to work with the company, and I know I can make a difference. So I'm going to be flexible on salary here. And then it shows the employer that, of course, in future you would want a higher salary, but you are willing to first prove yourself before you are trying to claim a very high salary. That's probably not going to work straight away, because for future employers, they're also taking a bit of a risk. They don't know your work ethic. They don't know whether you can actually do what you say you're going to do. So you first need to prove yourself as well. If you want to find out more things that you shouldn't say, in my book, Beauty Therapist to Entrepreneur, I discuss all the interview questions that's come up over the years. In the past 16 years, since having a recruitment company, we hear all the questions from the employers, from the clinics and the salons, what they ask candidates. And I've put together all these questions and how you should answer those questions. So if you want to find out more, you can go to Amazon and type in Beauty Therapist to Entrepreneur, or you can type in my name, Linda Hill, and you can get your copy of the book.